I'm Alyssa Wendell, and I'm a third grade teacher at the Momentous School. Pass the Cup is an activity that our class uses before we take any sort of test, and it is meant to teach the kids how to focus and concentrate and shift their attention from one thing to another.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take just 1 cup of water, and without talking, we're going to pass the cup around from one person to the next. Your goal is to not spill the water. So we're going to have to be very slow and very focused with holding it and very careful with it. Okay?
The first time that you do pass the cup, you are going to pass a cup around full of water, but they have their eyes open and they're just doing it very slowly. And the goal of that is to give the kids a sense of accomplishment and build up their confidence in the fact that I can do this, I know that I can pass the cup, so that when it gets more challenging, they already have that foundation of confidence within them. After you pass the cup the first time with their eyes open, then you're going to pass the cup again, and this time their eyes are going to be closed.
We're going to pass the cup, but we are going to keep our eyes closed. Okay, now.
And so they're going to have to really pay attention to the sounds that they hear and try to figure out when the cup is getting to them without actually looking. This will provide a little bit more challenge for them because they have to focus their attention on sounds and movement that's around them. Then after it goes around, you can call reverse, and they'll actually start passing it in the other direction, so they'll have to switch their thinking and anticipate it coming from a direction that it had not previously come.
Reverse. So it took a little bit more work when you're having to reverse because you have to think about how it's changing, but you're still very focused. So we're going to add one last challenge to make it even more difficult.
At the very end, you add a second cup, and this cup needs to be different in some way. So you can do different colors, different patterns, but the cups need to feel the same. And the kids will once again close their eyes and they'll start passing the cup. This time, they have to keep track of which color of cup or which design of cup they're holding in their hand at any given time. And so they have to think about which cup will get to them at which time, and after a cup is passed, now they're going to get the new design. And this is just going to add more and more challenge for them to really be able to isolate things that they need to pay attention to.
Cup call. Right? Yep. Coconut. Yep. Go.
Pass the Cup allows the kids to learn how to really focus in on one thing and to remove all the other distractions that are around them. This is going to be really helpful in tests or just in everyday life so that the kids can get rid of distractions that are kind of pulling their attention in other places and focus on the one thing that they're doing at the moment and give it their most attention. What we noticed over time is when we did it right before a test, and the kids were so much more focused when they got to the test, and they felt much more confident going into the test, because Pass the Cup not only gives them this focus aspect, but it really builds up their confidence in, I can do something and I can get better at something.
And so sometimes in school or at home, you have lots of different distractions happening, and you have lots of different things going on. And so it's going to be something that we're going to need to work on is turning away from those distractions, ignoring them, and really focusing on just one thing. Because everything is easier when you're focusing on just one thing.